So my next tip is about lines. So there are a couple ways to look at lines. One is a big pain in the ass because honestly you can be waiting in them for a couple hours. Two is as an amazing thing because not only does it give you a chance to, one, sit your ass down, because trust me, middle of Monday you're going to want to sit your ass down, or Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day you're going. Did I keep saying Thursday? No, wait, I keep saying Monday, sorry. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's when the expo is. So, middle of Tuesday, you're going to want to sit your ass down, even though it's the first day. So, lines offer you the opportunity to do this. And trust me, take advantage of it, because it will save your feet just that little bit. Little bit. Another amazing thing about the lines is that it's going to give you the opportunity to really meet people. I mean, there were many times last year where I would be in line and there'd be a couple people in front of me and a couple people behind me, and we would all start in on a conversation. Like, there would be 6 of us or more, maybe not quite more, but like, you know, a lot of us, and we would be talking about the book that was being signed at that time, or we would talk about our blogs, don't mind Sophie, or we would talk about other books that we loved, or like stuff that was completely not even book related. Like, it's honestly, like, the lines are one of the best parts. As long as they take, like, you get so much out of them. I met amazing people. I met one person I remember for sure was Donna from Bites in a line for a signing on one of the days. I don't remember what signing, but I think we held each other's spots so that we could go to like other line hopping, which is another good thing about line. If you make friends in line, which you will, let's face it, it's gonna happen. The great thing about it is whether or not you meet them just for that one line, or they become line buddies with you and you like meet them in other lines the rest of the time in the expo, they can hold your spot for you, and vice versa. Like, I had a girl, we were in line for Sophie Flack's Bunheads, which is a great novel if you love dance. Even if you don't love dance, it was really good. And it was going so slow because Sophie Flack was also drawing a pair of toe shoes with each and every autograph. I think I got one of the last ones. That made me very happy. But the line next to her was, I think it was Burning Brooklyn, the novel, and I can't remember who the author is. But it was going really quick. So the girl next to me in line, she's like, hey, can you watch my stuff? I'm going to hop in that line and come right back. And I'm like, sure, no problem. So she goes, and she's in and out of the next line in like 2 minutes, not even. So I'm like, am I doing the same for me? She's like, of course. So she watches my backpack. I get in the other line. I get a signed book that I did not anticipate getting. And then I'm back in line. Hold on, I'm all tangled. There. Okay. So, line buddies offer you that. They can hold your line while you go to the washroom. Like, trust me, if you can go 8 hours without peeing, go for it, because washroom lines are sometimes just as bad as the autographing line. But if you can get someone to hold your spot in line, run to the nearest washroom, go pee, and come back, it is so much easier. Oh my god. Like, I actually only remember going pee like twice last year because I didn't want to miss anything. But if I had to, I could have had someone hold my line. It's great. Okay, so my next tip is about scheduling. Go into this with a schedule. Any form of schedule. Last year I had many pages of schedule because you want to keep track of all of the signings you really want to go to. You want to have an idea of the signings that you can go to if you have the time. And then even more so after that, the other schedules that if you still have time, you'll want to go to. Oh, did I say schedules again? I meant autographing sessions. Whatever. Anyways. So, on top of it all, there's all of the seminars and the Q&A sessions and like all of the other things that the Expo offers aside from the autographing sessions. Take advantage of them too if you can. Sometimes they're going to conflict with a signing that you must have, so it's not going to be feasible. But, I mean, there are so many going on. There should be at least 1 or 2 you can get to. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to any last year because I was so focused on the books. I kind of lost sight of everything else. This year is different. I've scheduled in some. What I did, another blogger had a really good idea. I don't remember who I'd give you credit, but color coding your schedule. So I've done that for this year. Like, I have the utmost signings that I need to get to, like Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Like, I need that book. I cannot stress how much I need that book. But there's a couple other ones that are way up there that I'd really, really like to get. There's ones that are below that where I'd really like to have them, but if something conflicts and I'm in line for longer than anticipated, it's not a big deal. I can skip them. There are ones that, I mean, technically I already have copies of the book, but if I wanted a signed copy, or like Harlequin Teen, for example, has their mass signing in booth with a whole bunch of their teen authors. There's a couple there that I'd really like to get, but you go through all of them. However, a lot of authors also have duplicate signings. So there are some authors like Julie Kagawa, who I would love to get her Immortal Rules signed. And I think she's doing 2 signings of it. So one's in booth and one's autographing session, like autographing area. I have 2 opportunities. So I'm going to see which one fits better into my schedule and do it. And if not, you know what, I can just go and buy the book because it looks like it's fantastic. But anyways, the thing about a schedule, though, is that do not go into it with it being, like, hardcore, this is what I do now, this is what I do now, this is what I do now. Except for your lunch, because you need to schedule in time for lunch. I only had time for lunch 2 out of 3 days last year, and trust me, I felt it. Like, you get really hungry. To combat it, I did take food. But we'll get to that later. I had to go on after day 1 and revise my schedule. And be like, okay, so these are the ones I need to get to. These are the ones I can get to if I have time. And we go from there. Like, you really need to have a flexibility when it comes to this. Because if not, you are going to not only stress yourself out, but you're going to be a heinous bitch probably to everyone around you. Because you're going to be so worried that the line isn't moving fast enough. Or the author's taking too much time talking to people. Or, you know, everything isn't working up the way you want it to, and you can't find the signing, and when you do find it, then it knocks back all your stuff, and just relax, okay? Just remember, they're books. If you don't get them now, you'll get them in a couple months when they come out. So relax. But yeah, so stay flexible. There's always going to be stuff that randomly pops up too that people are going to tell you about, or you're going to, like, they have a magazine thing at the beginning of each day. So you get one of those and it'll tell you everything that's going on. Sometimes there's super secret things that aren't on the website and you only find out about them that day. And they may trump everything else in your schedule. So have some leeway, people. Like, don't be a stick in the mud. Be nice. There we go. So food is another big thing. I brought granola bars. I shared my granola bars because there are going to be bloggers there who are going to be just as hungry as you. There are going to be times where you're not going to be able to go and get food off the floor. Like, there's so much you'll want to do, you just don't have the time. Bring food. Bring granola bars. Bring chocolate bars. Bring bottles of water are a must. Like, if you can lug around a huge bottle of water, good for you. The only thing is with the bottle of water, the more you drink, the more you'll have to pee. So, yeah. Stock up before, maybe like a camel. I don't know. But make sure you have a bottle of water with you. Make sure you have something to eat. If you don't bring something to eat, have gum or something that you can trick your stomach for a few hours. Like, mints. Have mints. Like, just bring something that if you're about to faint and you can't make it to the cafeteria, you eat something. Like, it's not rocket science, people. Eat breakfast before you go. Like, those were always the best mornings I had, was either when I was at the Javits Center way early and went to Starbucks for breakfast before the doors opened, or I grabbed breakfast on my commute there. So, breakfast is a key if you know you're not going to be getting lunch and snacks. Snacks, snacks, snacks. Lots of snacks. If, though, you are able to schedule in your lunch, leaving the Javits Center doesn't exactly make sense. I mean, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere industrialism. There is a 24-hour diner about a block and a half up on, oh, I don't even know what street it is, but the one that Penn Station comes out onto and like the New Yorker's on. So if you really wanted to, for cheaper food, you could go there. But honestly, it's just going to make more sense to either raid the vending machines at Davit's. I'm pretty sure they have vending machines. Or just get in line and get real food. Their food is really good, okay? And everyone complains that it's very expensive. I don't know if food is just cheaper in the States as opposed to Canada, but I had no problem. Like an $8 salad is what you get at Wendy's, which is a fast food place. And I could not finish my salad. It was so huge. Like, you get a good amount of money, or a good amount of food for your money. They had a, like, I don't even know, like a healthy market type deal for food where you went and you told them, like, what pastas you wanted or what meats or whatever, and they put it all in your food, and then they weighed it at the end. It was legit. So, and honestly, all the food was really good. Really, really good. As long as you don't mind forking out, like, $10 for your lunch, I didn't find it a big deal. I mean, prices just must be higher in Canada because everyone complained, and I'm like, I pay more at, you know, McDonald's or Wendy's or Subway for half the amount of food. So, whatever. But yeah, snacks are key. Key. Another key thing is a backpack. Like, people, trust me, save your shoulders. A backpack. Get one with wide straps, with extra cushioning. Like, trick your backpack out if you can, because that thing is going to save your life. I only checked a bag one day. Oh, there's something flying around. You can bring like a rolly suitcase, park it in the baggage check, and then go periodically and drop off your books. But that also takes time from you being on the floor, because you have to like go downstairs a little, and baggage check's across from Starbucks. At least it was last year. What I did was I checked my bag the first day, and that was really nice, but then I was stuck carrying around the tote bags they gave me with like 25 plus pounds of books. My shoulders killed at the end of the first day. Killed. Granted, I wasn't carrying around the like 75 pounds that was in my backpack. No, those I lugged to the post office and mailed. But as amazing as the tote bags are, you do not want to be putting all your books in there. No, you don't. So what I did for days 2 and 3 was I had my backpack on. Backpack started off empty, except for like a water bottle and some food. I would get a tote bag, because you always get tote bags from like everyone and his uncle. So I got my first tote bag. And then what I would do was I would keep that tote bag out. I would use that tote bag, but every couple books in the next line I was in, I would take everything off. My backpack, people. I would take my backpack off, and I would put all the books from my tote bag into my backpack. So that way I wasn't carrying it all just on one shoulder. It was evenly distributed. I did not notice it being horrible. Plus, with the lines being a good thing, another bonus for them is you take your backpack off in line. Like, honestly, days 2 and 3, my backpack got so full that around sometime in the afternoon, I was able to sit on my backpack. So I would stack my books in, and it made the perfect little stool. So I wasn't sitting on the floor, but I could sit. So that was a bonus that I greatly enjoyed. And you know what? By the end of the day, if you're dragging your backpack along after you, it's not a big deal. You could cheat and probably get a backpack with wheels on it. I don't think that'd be breaking their wheel rule. Might be something to look into. As long as it went on your back first. And then the wheels just help with dragging.